Hello, and welcome to Courtesy Flush. Joining me tonight is Naresar. He's going to be our fossil hunter for the evening. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent.
Good. We're kind of the quiet corner of the internet right now. It's a Friday night, and we're going to play an exciting game of Dinosaur Fossil Hunter, which, from what I understand, is a very high-risk game that requires a doctor's signature before you can even play it. Isn't that correct?
You got to get your friends with the PhDs. Not a medical doctor. You got to get your PhD friends to sign off for
You're
you.
right. Mike, I see you've gone back to starting your streams every time you're naked. Well, you know, I've got that power, I guess. Hello, chat, and Amazon Prime advertisement and geodes with all the toilets. Hi, guys. I abandoned Rob for you. Oh, that's okay. You know, actually, I have pictures of Rob here that we can put up. Like this one, Nick. There's Rob from WBPL 76. I'll pop over for you guys could see it. There's Rob right there. Why did he do this? Why also do I have this picture on my hard drive? Well, there's a lot of questions that can't be answered. It might be the fact that I edited that video. So we'll see. But yes, we're here. We're going to play Fossil Hunter. Time to get the feathers. Yeah, we'll go pick some dinosaur feathers, I guess. We're going to put them in our feather cap thing. What do you put feathers in? If you find feathers in a dinosaur fossil hunt, isn't that like code blue? Like you need to really... Whoa. Does that mean is the game really low? Is it just me, Nick?
I can't hear it at the moment, so it may not be just you.
No, it's fine. Look, there it is. The guy right there himself. Indiana Fossil Hunter. I don't know what his name is. What's this guy's name? Oh, yeah. This is like Sniff, the Eon After. Yes.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong.
Oh, he put the mask on. It's serious now. What is that? What is he just chipping away with like a...
We will have discussions later, I'm sure.
This guy's not even paying attention. He's just doing it nonchalantly like he's brushing his teeth or something. He's like, well, whatever. But go ahead, Nick. You're in control now, I think. There we go. Wouldn't a shovel or towel be more appropriate? Yeah. So like LucasArts, The Dig, but without aliens or space. No, without anything but the dinosaurs are here. And I know there's going to be explosions because anywhere where there's oil, there's got to be a fireball. I mean, that is just the rule. These dinosaurs look... What? What's wrong?
No, I was going to say, like, I know it's the meme that oil is made out of dinosaurs.
Okay.
But here's the thing. That really isn't.
Okay, well, tell me how... Explain this propaganda to me.
So it's mostly marine sediments. Now, oddly enough, they are like most of the oil that we do harvest today does come from like Cretaceous era sediments, but it's usually marine sediments. Just because it's easier to build bury stuff in a marine environment so that it becomes, you know, some sort of fossil fuel.
Well, where are we? What is this place? What is this location? Is this just... This looks like the Cleveland Museum of Art's like main like out, you know, that hallway they closed in and has like a cafe. Kind of looks like that, but with dinosaur bones in it.
Kind of. This is like we are going to later on be building a museum.
Oh. So you know how to play this game.
So my original intention was to potentially go into the game cold. And then I tried it out just to make sure that it was something right for the, you know, could be useful for stream. And then I kind of liked it, so I kept going.
Yeah.
When I was 4 years old, I'd love to draw dinosaurs.
So...
Oh. When I was 4 years old, I loved it. Okay, well, we're not really fossil hunting right now. We're having a flashback to the good old days. Isn't this what we can do right now? Oh, that's kind of nice.
There we go. Oop, too much.
No. Let the lag control the dinosaur drawing ability. You have to use the lag to your advantage. Now it just looks like kind of like a dinosaur with a necktie. So Naresar is currently, if you don't know, he's playing over Parsec. We've actually been playing on Parsec for quite a long time now. And 3D games typically give us the most trouble because my upload isn't that great and Naresar's internet's not that great. So we're kind of in a weird place here. Yeah, well, let's see. What my truck does not run on Dino Go-Go juice, asks Liam Jones. No, apparently not. Naresar's got some secrets that we don't have. I'm getting serious flashbacks so I can be a dinosaur hunter from the Cloud 9 back in 1990s. Hey, Kai. For a moment, I thought this was going to be the old Eyewitness Dinosaur Hunter game from forever ago. Everyone thought either that or they're thinking it's going to be, I forget the name of that game, Trespasser, excuse me. Oh, there we go. Daddy, I drew a dino is the achievement that he got. Yeah, there is a tie there. Look at that. That or a harness.
I'm going more with scarf.
Okay, a scarf. That's good. It gets
it's
a
got
little
a long neck. It needs to keep it warm.
right. It's also, the Ice Age is not that far off, so you need a little something to keep them warm.
It was one of the most exciting days in my life. When I was 8, I found my first fossil.
Oh. Well, that's different. This feels like Half-Life for some reason, and I don't know why. Close enough. Mutant Dino. I've drawn dinosaurs since I was 4. I am 6 now and yet to have improved. That's a bomber. It is connect the dots, Dave. That's what we do here. This is the hardest puzzle we've got. When I was 40 years old, I loved to draw dinosaurs, says Rob. Yeah. Whoa. Using the force there to pick that up there? What is that? Nice.
A claw from something.
Ah.
I don't know if it ever gets formally identified.
Well, then we take it, I guess.
I lost it half a year later. At the age of 14, nearly all I could think about was putting together and painting dinosaur models. I was getting better at it.
Okay. We're getting a little backstory to our main character who has Indiana Jones hat.
This one comes with a manual. It's dead simple.
Oh. Dinosaurs on Mars? I want to see that. What happens if dinosaurs actually develop time travel and just want us to think it's dead aquatic creatures? Maybe they were transporting oil back for us to use. Yeah, Psyduck's onto something here. The Stos, reminds me of Dino magazines you can get back in the mail in the 90s. Yeah. You would make a killing if you made scars for long necks. That's right. This is Dinosaur Hunter Fossil Hunt. Sorry, Dinosaur Fossil Hunter. We're not hunting live ones.
This one's tougher. There's no manual, but I have the sketch at least.
When do we dig up Zneef? I have no idea. It's the one with the little backpack on it. That's the one that's how you'll know. The one that has a backpack and then they later discover that it had bright yellow scales. Dropping you into the level now. Yeah, exactly. I can't wait for the part where we find out about how dinosaurs are actually from outer space. Yeah, they're from the Delta Quadrant, as you know. Oh, spoiler alert for anyone who missed that one episode of Voyager. That episode actually had really great costume prosthetics.
Wait, is that a serious thing? Because I don't
Yeah.
know Star Trek.
Yeah, in Star Trek Voyager, there's an episode where they find out that a lot of
Now's
the
time for the real fun. No manuals, no sketches, just sheer knowledge and skill.
a lot of dinosaurs are actually from another quadrant, or they grew up like Earth was like their home first, and then they grew up and made a home somewhere else, something like that. So that's where that's from. It's not a great episode, but it has really great prosthetics. They did a great job on the costuming. Oh yeah, you remember that episode, Rambling Recollector? I can make you remember so many Voyager episodes because they're all just so weird. So where we get to the part where he's a college graduate that can either can't find a job in his field or gets there and spends countless hours in the hot ass deserts digging to time. We don't want to play a real simulator. That's too real. You could just do that in real life. So then I took to killing the local chickens and sticking them into the dino flesh golems. Ah, yes. It seems like you too have harnessed the power of, I don't know, the serial killers. I thought they hinted the Gorn were from Earth before the asteroid hit the Earth. No, it's another race. They just changed a lot of things with Voyager.
Maybe I could use more practice and build one of them again. Let's see. What difficulty level should I go with this time? I even won a local talent show once. They loved my Triceratops.
This guy really is just so into
A
dinosaurs.
couple of years later, the money I had received as a reward in that competition turned out to be of an invaluable help.
Oh.
Adventure of a lifetime in your 20s? Well, I think it's possible. I was exactly 20 years old when I found an article about a paleontological group in a newspaper. Turned out they needed volunteers who were willing to work in the north of the country. It was a long shot, but I didn't want to miss such a great opportunity. I took a risk and signed up for the job. As you probably imagine, it paid off.
This guy sounds like he's lived an amazing life.
Yeah, we can skip
Yeah,
that.
you don't have to show us the basics. Just play the game, Nick. Show us what's in the game. Where are we at? We're at oh, we get a
So
Jeep.
we are here,
Okay.
and we are trying to get to this area here.
So where are we at? Dakota, you think?
Can I go to the travel tab now? Okay, it doesn't show it right now. I think I'm trying to remember from later when this map gets filled in when we come back to here.
Oh, okay.
We're like
Firewatch, yeah.
either like Montana or I think
Montana, yeah.
Well, I know Montana. I'm less good on my Canadian provinces because I know Alberta's in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe Alberta's here, and is this Saskatchewan?
It doesn't
Something
matter.
like that.
Both Alberta and Saskatchewan are both provinces where nobody important lives, so that's okay. I worked for no pay, food, or shelter for 3 months and got tuberculosis. Wow. Yeah, almost sounds like text far away from the microphone. Yeah, it does. Oh, it's called the U.S. Army, right. This guy saved the money from a talent show for years. Years, bro. Yeah, this guy is like, I love dinosaurs that much. He's like, this money, this is going into my future. And his family's like, all right, just don't kill us. I'm just saying, you just kind of... Side action. It's like, yes, that's Alberta. No, this isn't Hope County. Wow. Wow. Well, 20 years old, he still didn't get the hang of driving yet. Oh, you did. Oh, I was going to say you almost didn't hit the sign. Almost. Oh, do you have to move that?
We have to
Use a
basically.
chainsaw? We get to chainsaw this? Yes. Activate chainsaw. Yes. What? Why is this a game? This is amazing. Well, this game just gone up a few points. Look at this. All right, sure. Look at those flowers, white flowers, Mike. Oh, you're right. Put the dottle down, Dr. Grant. The sequel to this game is a kindly old man with a lump of amber and a cane invited him back to tour a park he's building. Yes. Is this Hammond's origin story? Also, I
can't remember if I've discussed on the stream at all, because I have mentioned it other places. Like, I'm going to be completely honest. If Jurassic Park was real, even if it had all the problems that the movies had, I'd be there in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I know this about myself.
A lot of people would. There wasn't enough staff.
Velociraptor. Oh, it's gnawing on my arm.
Yeah, but
that's not a problem, I'm sure.
Look, it's not so much of a problem because in real life you'd handle it better than they did. There would be more staff to handle dinosaurs instead of like how many people were working there? Like 40? They had like 40 people in this small island because if you look at the movie, there's like no other staff. Either they like the few that are there died or it's just like they're off somewhere else. A facility like this would have like hundreds of people working there to the point where it's like you can't go to any exhibit without running into somebody who works there. But for some reason at Jurassic Park, Hammond's like, I spent all this money on fucking cages. What did you want? Yeah, Alberta has a ton of dinosaur excavation sites, says Psydoc. Like the Albertosaurus, for instance. Is that a real dinosaur, Nick? The Albertosaurus?
Yes, that is a real dinosaur.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, Bobby, dinosaurs were some of the most magnificent creatures to ever walk the earth. Then they all killed everyone by simply a mishap of the universe. No moral. The chainsaw is an obstacle. Ah! You know what? It's this game. I have this game turned down. Let me borrow the control for a sec. No, that is so bizarre. Yeah, it's turned way down. Okay. So, mind your ears, Nick.
Tax collector.
There we go. You're good. Hey, thank you for the courtesy. Oh, it's whimsical disarray. Thank you for the courtesy. That's a little loud. Amish Rambo. Welcome. Thank you for the courtesy. No expense was spared. Dude, that was a literal plot point 5 minutes into Lost World. Also, OSHA would be all over that island. It would be safe as fuck. Yeah, it would. They would also have trains, which I also realized that they never put in there. They're like, oh, you can move every dinosaur around with, like, jeeps and herding. Nah, there would be a train system. It would be like Resident Evil 2 train system where it's just like, if everything goes south on the island, you can just nuke it. I don't know. That'd be horrible. Wonder if you could make
that
it...
was kind of the ending of the book. Not nukes, but like
thermobaric bomb.
Firebombing it.
Yeah, thermobaric probably. Wonder if you could make an Ocean Spectre game work. Yeah, I don't know. The people who make like house washing, burglar simulator, car mechanic simulator, they will take that idea. They have no problem making it. They make hundreds of games that should be... They shouldn't be as fun as they are, but they do. They do a really good job at making fun games. Many times they named them after where the fossils are found. I see. The shed where the electrical grid was housed.
Places where the fossils are found, like a very distinguishing feature. People who found it, or just whatever science nerdery that people want to espouse. I know one museum curator who named a new ceratopsian, so basically Triceratops relative. It's Medusaceratops Loki. Yes, Loki as in Marvel Comics Loki. This was years before like the MCU, but
No expense was spared. If
Messages.
Hammond had just paid Nedry what was promised, the Costa Rican Air Force would have had to wouldn't have to firebomb the island. Yeah. Well, Hammond ran out of money, mainly because I don't know. He had the ability to create dinosaurs from an embryo and a piece of amber. That technology is not just for dinosaurs. Like, to understand, if you're able to create something with genetic information that's that far apart from other things, you could probably do something like, I don't know, cure cancer. Like, you could cure cancer. Well, no, I want dinosaurs. Yeah, exactly. It's not
Anyways, we are looking for at this dig site
I saw that. You were
a
building
hip,
stuff.
a right arm, and a vertebrae.
Okay. They
we'll
assume
keep
that they're
that
going to
in
be here because they found a piece somewhere else.
This, I will say one of the things with this game is that they are very big on you find all complete skeletons, which is, to be frank, complete and utter nonsense.
Why is it
But-
utter nonsense?
Like, you are doing good with like a 40% complete skeleton. Like, the most exceptional ones are like 90%. So
Oh, you're inspecting this rock for fossils?
if you kind of notice in the upper right, it says this is from another period, so this isn't what we want. And we'll just kind of toss it yonder.
Yeah, wow. That guy has
that we
so
don't
much
have to deal
strength.
with it.
I don't think I could ever throw a rock, a boulder at like that. That's incredible. Just look at this
From another
throw.
period.
Look at this throw. That's not light stone. Dinosaur Knights. Yeah, I like that a lot. T-Rex and fancy medieval armor. Yeah, I also like that twisted metal with that instead of cars as dinosaur idea as well. That would be fun. Then building inspector game you're looking for is called Infra. You go to some aging infrastructure, examine it for its faults, and then get lost. Yeah, that sounds about right. Wow, what are you doing?
So another questionable decision method in this game. It has several. We'll get to some of the others later. You use ground penetrating radar for some reason to find stones underneath the ground.
Oh.
Or at least you're supposed to. In practice, it's easier just to dig up the entire area. But that's beside the point. Also, like, this isn't really how you do it in real life. But anyways, we'll take a spot over here.
Not only was he a child prodigy for dinosaurs, but he was also a Chatosaurus. Yeah, this dude is just... He doesn't mess around. Hulk smash. Yeah, exactly. Look at that yeet. The genetics team was important, yes, but it was a dark cabal of necromancers that really made Jurassic Park not possible. You're correct. GIS. Good evening, Hungry Grimace. This is magic radar that can tell rocks apart. Has no other application ever. This man just moves the earth with his pickaxe, which is just insane. What is it? Does he get a phaser? No, he gets a species identifying laser gun.
It gets... Next questionable decision.
Okay, what is this?
It's a Geiger counter.
Okay.
So that one's got nothing.
Okay, that doesn't have any uranium in it. That's good to know.
Okay. So that one does... What about these?
Wow. So wait, radiation that can't be good. Yeah. No, we're just gonna move these irradiated rocks around. So when are we going to threaten a kid with a raptor claw fossil? Yeah, exactly. When are we going to get to that point where we start threatening children? Or is that just not a part of this game? Probably a DLC.
I have not seen any other people in this game. Like, in theory, you have people that you hire. I have not seen any of them in my playthrough thus far.
I think it might be because this guy is like just living in his own head, and so this is exactly what he imagines it. Like this is like the thought of what a kid thinks a paleontologist does. So you're just living out that dream. So you're not really like an older man. You're just that same kid who's drawing dinosaurs, and you're just daydreaming about like what it would be like when you're older to get, you know, cut through dinosaur bones. Yeah, you're like, yeah, I can throw rocks at like Mach 2. Yeah, it's a Geiger counter. Is this beach metal detector guy similar? Yeah, there's always that guy, huh? Why is this schmuck digging a hole when he could be rescuing people from burning buildings and leaping tall buildings in a single bound? Yeah, you're right.
Well, you know, Clark Kent had a day job as a journalist, and our day job is as a paleontologist.
I think Clark Kent would have been way more useful in the field of paleontology than anyone else, because he could just X-ray vision, be like, yeah, they're down there, you know. The camera pans to show Kirk fighting the Gorn. Oh. This rock turned very yellow.
And obviously, there's our skull.
Bird mimic.
So we're going to take this. Oops.
It says bird mimic. What's that mean?
Well, you'll see when we assemble the skeleton here in a minute. We like the type of dinosaur that this is an ornithomimus.
Oh,
I believe that's what this one is.
It sounds like a dinosaur that I've never heard that name before.
But anyways, so now we put the plaster on to keep it safe as it's transported.
Oh.
We go over here to one of these crates.
Yeah, put the plaster on.
Put it in the crate. Yes.
And put it in the crate.
Ornithomimus edmonticus.
Okay, so you've collected a skull.
Yes, and if you remember, we were looking for... I'm assuming that's the vertebra. We need a right arm and a hip.
Yeah. Slar. Yeah. Nuclear dinosaurs confirmed. Yeah, exactly.
Well, so like fossils being mildly, like, and I shouldn't even slightly radioactive is a thing that I have heard before. I don't think they're any more radioactive than just random bits of rock than that they're in.
Ah. So they'll
which makes the whole Geiger counter thing slightly weird, but...
Man, this guy can move Earth. I'm telling you, man. I've had to dig a lot, and it's a hell of a lot faster than anything I would ever have done. That is a lot of hell. Yeah, okay. It was at this point Naresar discovered a Kabuto fossil. This is the origin story of the Pokemon. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he finds it and he just goes, nah. Just puts it back. He's like, I see there's a lot of problems just coming from this. We'll just leave it alone. What better way to smuggle uranium? Just get it right up next to that warm rock and have a nice snap. Way to smuggle uranium than to cover them in plaster and ship them as dinosaur fossils. Yeah, that's kind of weird. But I'm fairly certain the second it goes through any checkpoint, there's some detector that's going to go off. This is a Cubone, yeah. We need a right arm for our Utah Raptor. Go find one.
This is the thing, like I mentioned, pretty much nothing is ever fully intact. So to make like a skeleton that you'd see on display, there's a number of tricks you can do. You can combine multiple fossils, okay, to make basically one display version. I know Cleveland Museum of Natural History has on display a what is it?
Hey, Ray.
Coelophysis, that's what I want. And it's from a place called Ghost Ranch in, I believe, New Mexico. And basically, what happened at Ghost Ranch is back in the day, there was a bunch of these Coelophysis all together in one location, possibly due to a drought or something else. And then there was a flash flood that killed a whole bunch of them and basically made a mass grave out of them.
Oh.
So the museum got a hold of basically what they did is they just like cut up blocks of stone, like just almost like if you were in a quarry. And, you know, you get a block, you get a block, you get a block kind of deal.
Yeah.
And one of the volunteers at the museum spent like a few years, like a little bit at a time, basically like exposed some bone, because the bone wasn't any, like really any much harder than the surrounding stone. So he spent a couple years just, you know, expose a bit of bone, dump glue on it to harden it, and then go to lunch, come back from lunch, repeat, go home.
Oh.
And for years did this. And basically, what he ended up with is from at least, I think, 3 different individuals. That, yes, technically they're all, you know, 3 individual dinosaurs, but they're all, you know, roughly the same, like pretty much the same size. So, like, they got put together to make one display skeleton.
Oh, okay.
Other tricks you can use include basically mirroring. Like, I found a right leg. Well, if I don't have the left leg, I can basically just make a mirror image of that right leg. And, you know, I can sculpt that out, and that will be, you know, cast and made in for my display.
What is that?
Well, we're gonna find out.
Those poor dinos. Hey, I'm loving the talking raptor. Yeah, I like the Naresar raptor too. There's a bone there somewhere. Looks like something kind of. That looks like a toe bone. That's what I'm gonna call that.
It's spine. Looks maybe hip.
Dig Dug, the earth displacer over here. Moves more dirt than a tunnel borer, yeah. Yeah, make no bones about it. Mirroring bones, radiation, stitching together multiple bodies. Dino Necromancy.
The other trick that I know I've heard of is it's at the Carnegie Museum in Pittsburgh. They found a juvenile Diplodocus. And juveniles are rare regardless. just because becoming a fossil is such a like game of chance. I know I've probably depends a lot on the environment that you're living in, but I've heard something like maybe 1 in like 5 million animals would become a fossil. So very rare. So getting a juvenile, so not only do you have to die young, can't be like seriously torn apart by a predator, because that kind of tends to do bad things to the fossil.
A little bit.
I
was thinking you just chuck a grenade into the hole and just be done with it, you know? But that apparently that's against the rules. It might damage something. But what happened to the rule of cool when it comes to paleontology, you know? I felt like that was always kind of like the first mission was to be cool before you found the dino bones. Maybe I just had it wrong.
Cope and Marsh tried that, and it's generally agreed that they kind of set paleontology, like as much as they advanced it, they kind of also set it back.
Because they blew up a lot of bones.
So they, like, I know at least one of them blew up a site so that they, like, their competitor couldn't find it and dig up more bones from there. What am I looking for? Because technically this is the tutorial mission that they're supposed to try and be making it easy for us. Okay, time to get. Nope. Oh, I got distracted though. I was talking about the juvenile Diplodocus at Carnegie. Anyways, it's a juvenile. We have adults. So I know for some of the bones, they basically like took adult-sized bones and basically, you know, scaled down to the appropriate size. So there's all kinds of tricks that you can use to complete a fossil. There's 3 things around here because I found 3 things when I did it. So
you can find them all. Mirroring bones, radiation, stitching together multiple bodies. I think it all makes sense. I thought most display dinos are filled with plaster casings. Asks Friedel.
So
Friedel.
It depends. So a lot of the fossils that you do see on display at your local natural history museum, yes, are what are called casts, basically copies. I think probably more in the old days they use plaster. I think nowadays they probably tend to use more resin, I think, stuff. But basically, you know, make a mold, fill mold. Out pops fake dinosaur bone. There are, and that's done for a couple of reasons. One, real fossils can be delicate, so you don't want them, you know, harmed by putting them out on display. Potentially, you may want the real things kept in a place where they can be more easily accessed for research. And also, casts are lighter. You know, real fossils are basically rock. And they weigh, you know, like rock does. But sometimes, like, if a fossil is particularly important or special or something, you will still see the real ones displayed. So, Sue, the T-Rex, that's in Chicago's Field Museum, the real bones are on display. Because Sue is the most complete T-Rex ever found, so that is something important and cool to see. Interesting, and I don't see that this would have changed. I know they moved the mount since I've been there, but I mentioned that cast bones are lighter. If you go see Sue, or at least when I saw Sue back in 2009, while the complete fossil was on display, the skull on the mounted skeleton was a cast replica, because the real skull is so heavy that it would be, prohibitively difficult to mount on the skeleton,
Yeah, and you
articulated.
can't just hang something like that from a ceiling for a very long time. It needs to be maintained.
Well, and supported. So that's one of the big things. Like, if you ever want to figure out whether your local dinosaur skeleton is a cast copy or a real one, look at the supports. A cast skeleton will have much fewer visible supports, because they're lighter, and also you can run because it's a fake, you don't care, you can run supports through the bone itself. Versus a real skeleton, that must just be a rock. A real skeleton is going to be basically cradled in the frame. Oh, there's our missing bone. Put this one in plaster. Let's do that quick.
I'd be happy with a 3D printed fossil. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. I know some are complete, but thought complete skeletons are pretty rare. Yeah, so sure, I get they want to protect them. We should pull a Carmen Sandiego and steal the T-Rex skeleton. I think you're going to be on your own for that one, Gilly, because T-Rexes are cool, but to have an actual skeleton, I barely have enough room for some of the stuff in my house. I can't even imagine trying to pivot that through the door.
I have. It's not 3D printed.
You have a T-Rex skull?
I have I believe it's 1/6 scale.
Okay.
T-Rex skull.
Okay. Well, that's kind of cool. They should make a giant nitrogen case to display Sue's real head.
Well, I don't. I mean, it may be nitrogen. I don't think it is. But it is on display. It's just not with the.
Yeah.
Articulated with the rest of the skeleton.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got our 3 bones. So then we hop in Jeep and we drive back to the main hub, if I can do that without crashing into anything.
Did you ever find any fossils while digging your mole tunnels beneath location redacted? No. I don't know how you knew about those tunnels, but No, I
I
haven't.
was about to give location redacted's general position, and then I thought better of it.
How do? Yeah.
But I do not believe, last I checked, I do not believe that location redacted's really general vicinity had rocks of appropriate age and type for um, dinosaur fossils. And I think I accidentally got myself stuck.
You might have.
Luckily, the developers foresee such an instance and
Yeah, and still the.
provided a handy way of resetting
Thank you.
the vehicle.
I get like, okay, if you're making a game, I get if like you're like, if you can't drive the car perfectly, then do whatever. And it's like, no, not driving mechanics are hard in video games to make because you'll get stuck anywhere. But if you had just a quick button to reset that, most people are forgiving. If they're not forgiving, then those people are just being nitpicky. There's a lot that goes into making a car work in a game. It's not easy. Did you find any fossils while digging your molten? So, oh wait. As a child, I once asked a teacher who knew all the discovered fossils. Didn't really belong to one giant global monstrosity. She didn't have an answer, but I don't think she was impressed either. Yeah, you're just wondering if all the dinosaur bones aren't just like us collecting a giant like horrible monster that. Yeah, that would be Dark Souls level huge.
Oh, we need to send these back to the museum. Where's the computer?
Great, now someone's going to create a geology map. Yeah, that's not that hard. How bad is it for you people to say, steal dinosaur fossils from the sites? We didn't steal anything from the sites. We found them located underneath the ground. We saved our money up from our childhood contest to be here.
I don't know. What am I looking for?
So when does the local government come in for their bribe? Yeah, what? What are you talking about? Local government. We're totally in America, not some other country. Look at the trees. That's American. Yeah, we're in some. Yeah, let's just drive home, I guess. I'm just gonna drive a 14-hour drive back with 5 crates of dinosaur bones. Why not?
It didn't take me long to get to the museum, but even though the trip was quick, I couldn't stop thinking about the job. I was constantly preoccupied with collecting and preparing dinosaur bones. When I arrived at the museum's lab, it was time to start cleaning what I had found. It was a fascinating experience. It required a lot of time and attention, but the result was always worth the effort.
Now we get to clean the bones. I've been informed that I'm not allowed to use my tongue, though. That is not how I was going to do that.
So here we have our...
wow.
What is it? Ornithomimus.
That looks friend-shaped.
I mean, I believe it's a herbivore, so potentially.
Yeah, I was going to say, herbivore, yes, they won't eat you, but they would probably stomp the shit if you came close. They're like, wow, look at that pink monkey getting close to my family. I guess I better stomp them out of existence.
I think this weekend in Yellowstone, some woman got gored by a bison because...
Oh, yeah, I read about that.
She decided to get too close. Herbivores can and will be mean for no other reason than you are in their space.
People don't think that...
This guy's kind of small.
Giraffosaurus.
He might be... Okay.
No. Hippos are very aggressive. The biggest claws in history belong to a herbivore, yeah.
Oh, Dinosaurus, or however that gets pronounced. I think you guys ran into one in...
You're like, good thing I meant to break that rock. Yeah. I think we did. Monday's going to be the finale for that game, actually.
Okay. We're going to send that one to get manually cleaned because we will have plenty of time to do the other ones.
Yeah, just because the animal won't eat you doesn't mean it will not wreck your shit. But I think you could make friends with an herbivore, you know. I bet they've never had a Caesar salad before. I bet that would blow their mind. A Venusaur? Yeah. That's what they meant by herbivore.
I am just now trying to imagine you trying to create a big enough Caesar salad for like a Brachiosaurus.
I could dig a hole. They don't need a giant they don't need a giant bowl for it. Yes, how to process the the dinosaur skeleton. Licking bone is an actually great way to tell fossil because it absorbs the moisture on your tongue. I'm a geologist, by the way. Oh, cool. So apparently licking bone
that is
real.
I mean, it is more so to figure out if something is a bone. But yes, that is totally a thing.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Steven. I had no idea. Here I was just licking bones, just trying to figure out what they are, and I'm like, yep, that's a rabbit. I could tell. Use necromancy to bring it back, then ride it around the neighborhood like a horse. Yes! See, this is how you make mounts for MMOs. Just let us find the fossils and reanimate them. Quit putting us on dumb quests that are like collect 1,000 seeds or whatever. Who cares? Stop making me collect things. What, because I played Spyro the Dragon, you think I need to have everything in an MMO? Yeah, okay, sure. Really got me there, MMO creators. I mean, I do want all those gems, though, I'm not gonna lie. I spent way too much time in that game trying to find gems. Gigastrike says that they wish they could stroke a Paris or a Parasaurolophus crest while feeding it hay. That would be kind of cool. That's why I'm not a geologist. I refuse to lick stones unless there is a cave fungus involved. You're right. Oh, no one collects things for mounts anymore? You have to pay real money for fake mounts. Ah. I see. I am playing the wrong games then. So what are you doing here? What is this stuff you're using?
So there is a series of cleaning steps. And I've been involved with very limited fossil preservation, but I have been involved a little bit. So I kind of question some of this. But basically, it starts off, you remove all of the bones from the rock. Then you're brushing them off.
Dry brush.
Yes.
Okay. So you have the power to make them float. What are you spraying on them? What is this?
Probably, honestly, just water. If
Why
you
is it like
down lower left?
Why is it like green like a skunk spray in a cartoon?
I don't know.
Spraying it with stank? All right, what is this? Oh, that's the thing he was doing in the intro.
This is where I get... Yeah, we keep using, Dremel tools to get finer and finer sediment off, which I kind of question a little bit. I'm sure at some level, yes, you could, depending on the matrix, basically what kind of rock your fossil is encased in. But also, mechanical systems, at a certain point, it's very easy to, accidentally drill a hole in your fossil, and that's bad.
Yeah. Anything. So you're saying like everything must be done by hand, like as much as you possibly can.
Yes, a lot of times it is. Very carefully with like dental.
Yeah, because you're cleaning off bones that have been like, millions of years laying in the ground. I mean, we have a lifespan that's like anywhere between like 80 and like 130 years, right? Imagine a million years and they're just bones in the ground, and you're just like, I'll just pick it up and start drilling into it like it's not going to fall apart. Now you're just making them rusty. Are you adding rust to them? What is they look like bike parts now. Looks like you're assembling a really strange bicycle. You're removing rock from other rock, right? This dig proudly sponsored by Piss Energy Drink. Now in green. Probably a preserving agent. Ah, okay, I see. Just send them to the sand blaster. They'll totally be clean. Yeah, exactly. I hope when they did.
And I should say that a lot of this is somewhat dependent on what kind of rock your fossils are in.
Yeah.
So something like where I did a dig out in Montana, Hell Creek Formation, if that means anything to any of those listening. But basically there we were getting Triceratops almost out of the mud. It was it was like kind of vaguely rock. Versus I've also been involved with collecting some of the armored fishes that lived in the Cleveland Shale, named for Cleveland, the city. The most famous of which is something called Dunkleosteus.
I got a story about that. Go ahead, sorry.
But anyways, the Cleveland Shale is a much harder rock.
Yes, I'm very familiar with this.
I know that like they would use stuff like Dremels and
so yeah, I mean, I guess that makes
tools.
sense.
That you're more of you're getting the stuff that's away from the fossil, and then as you get closer to the fossil, you're trying to be more gentle and more precise. So we will now grab our head. Oops. Anyways, you had a story though, Mike.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Can you turn them dino bones into glue? I don't think they'd be very good as glue. They're kind of not as. There's not enough whatever makes glue in them anymore, I'm assuming.
Yeah, fossils are pretty much rock. There's a slight asterisk to that, but
yeah, rock-shaped objects.
They're more rock than anything else.
Yeah.
Mineral. And so I don't think you would have much luck turning them into glue.
I've heard this many times, that Cleveland Rocks. Yeah. So I had it was some sort of nonprofit or some kind of organization that was like trying to preserve the shale in the rivers of the metro parks. And they approached me while I was in college and asked me to like help them with their video and turn it into a DVD back in the time of DVDs. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. So, and they were going to pay me for it. And I was like, yeah, this is cool. It's a paid gig. I was excited. So I put this person's video together. It's kind of a boring presentation, but it talked a lot about how the blue shale is very much a important part of the part of Ohio, and how they found a lot of different bones and fossils in there. I don't remember how they stumbled across it. It was something like just by pure accident, or I think it was like it was exposed to.
So,
Yeah.
with fossil hunting in general, the keys are you don't want vegetation
No.
because vegetation covers over things, and you need some sort of exposed, like freshly exposed rock face. Because once weathering starts happening and erosion starts happening, you quickly lose the fossil.
Yeah, and you need to be able to close
So
that
in,
off.
like, say, Cleveland, where we have the Cuyahoga River and its tributaries, Rocky River,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
That
Basically, one of the fossil hunting expeditions I went on, basically we just walked along the river, and just looked for suspiciously shaped bits of rock poking out of the surface of the cliff faces.
That is a very
One of the Cleveland Museum of Natural Histories, they have a large collection that they still haven't gone through a lot. But if for anybody who happens to know the Cleveland area,
yeah.
I-71 kind of goes through like some large rock cuts. And basically when they were constructing the interstate there, the museum was going through...
The museum I was doing my internship in was getting ready for renovation. I was afraid my
stuff
classes
that they
were about
were
to be cut because
taking out of the cut and looking for fossils.
Couldn't have been more wrong about this one. Turns out, the exhibition hall was being revamped, and I was asked to participate in the redecoration. But that's not all of it. We were also given a second complete skeleton of Orthothomimus. 2 dinosaurs for one display? Well, let's just say, all the pictures of dinosaur life I'd studied as a kid came to life in my head. I decided to just give in to my imagination.
Okay. This has got a pretty deep story. This guy is getting all the lucky breaks. Oh, yeah, we are the intern. That's the question, yeah. Yeah, no, and what was interesting about the story I was going to say, Nick, was that was something I saw in the video. What the part that sucked about it was when it came time for them to pay me, and it was in the most weird way possible. I was supposed to return this video to this person near their home in a parking lot, and that should have been my first red flag, but, you know, I was excited. So I brought this DVD and everything they needed. I had it all with me. And the man was like, "Thank you very much. He came up to my car window. He came out of nowhere. He wasn't like in a car somewhere. Came out of nowhere and he was like, "Thank you very much. I just need to go get the money from my wallet over there." And I, should have said, "Wow, that seems a bit suspect, but okay." So he takes all the stuff and then he just leaves. And I sit there for about 45 minutes before I realized that this person had just literally got me to work for free. And then I didn't have the experience, because I've always been kind of trusting, to see that this person was fucked up and they just took my shit. And I was like, oh, well, that sucked. I told my teacher at school, because she was the one that got me the job, and she was like, what the fuck? She had that dude blacklisted, but I was like, that should have been like my first real thing. And I was like, dude, I just realized like this guy was a part of a nonprofit that people know about. So I could have like looked him up. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that's no good. Omnivore, so it's like a bird almost. Well, they're almost always in that, like, wheelhouse. Only blacklisted. Well, a blacklist from her is kind of a big deal. She knows a lot of people. She took a she said like this organization just stole from one of my students, and I didn't hear anything after that. I ended up working at a different place. It took me away from school, so I don't know if she confronted the dude or what. Hopefully something turned out of it. It was $50. I was all excited for that 50 spot, but you know, it was 2006, so $50 is still a pretty decent amount of money then. A Dunkhead superhero costume would be freaking awesome. And scary as fuck. Yeah. All birds are dinosaurs.
Like on the note of Dunkleosteus, I don't know, one of the ways people have hypothesized that they ate was basically opening up their mouth fast enough that suction would, you know, suck some unfortunate fish into their mouth.
Okay, so like a stork
and
almost.
then if you've ever seen kind of and then if you've ever seen a Dunkleosteus, like it's basically like knife jaws, and it would just be, you know, suck in, bite down, and goodbye fish.
Just playing along to the song. I'm still laughing at the piss energy drink you had. Oh yeah, it's an old school ad from a long time ago. I had we had a show called Paranormal Investigation Super Squad, and it's on YouTube still. It's like the first time I uploaded was like 2009. But it was like we were supposed to just shoot some green screen as part of our project. It didn't matter, which was like a 15-second green screen thing. And instead we made a 15-minute mockumentary about hunting ghosts because they gave us the camera and equipment. And we worked really hard on everything after that. Everybody wanted to do all this fun stuff with us, which I always thought was kind of interesting. Because like when we went to school, nobody knew anything about us or like what kind of filmmaking we wanted to do, except that we were just having fun with whatever it is we were doing. Yeah.
There we go. So, Ornithomimus. Swift bipedal theropod.
Sparkly water.
Evidence covered in feathers.
It's
Small toothless beak.
follower of the bird. Okay.
Yeah, ornith means bird. Mimus means mimic or follower, I guess.
Maybe this is the dinosaur that Znif might be more, because she's supposed to be an herbivore, but looks similar. Her neck's not that long though.
No, and I don't think the eyes are quite as big.
No, those are some gigantic eyes. I'd have him as a pet. Look at that. That'd be a good pet to have. Uh-oh.
That was the last day of my internship. A great adventure just came to an end. The night I was packing to go home, the telephone in my room rang. I couldn't believe it. The director called to ask me to stay and help the museum build a bigger skeleton. There was a vacant position because one of the workers got sick. I felt bad for the guy, But I was so glad there was a chance to work in the museum for longer. The decision was a no-brainer.
Okay.
I went to the museum the next day. Although the place wasn't new to me,
Who are
this
you?
particular moment felt different. It was the first time I was asked to enter the museum's workshop. With my heart pounding and my hands sweating, I walked towards the door.
No, me and Mecha have not completed Neef's adventure yet. I think Monday's going to be the last episode. It's a pity you can make it look like they're cuddling on a nest. Yeah, that would have been cool. I guess I was thinking about piss being made. Yeah.
I've got to admit, the bigger skeleton the director was talking about was indeed a huge one. I was dumbstruck when I was faced with the legendary Tyrannosaurus. Even in my dreams, I would never fathom that our museum was in possession of such a treasure.
Are they that rare?
Real skeletons, I think yes.
I'm talking about like
I
the
think,
T-Rex
maybe
itself.
2 dozen.
I'm talking about like the T-Rex. Like, is the T-Rex
Well, that's
rare?
what I was saying. Like I think real T-Rex skeletons. I think there's been like something like a couple dozen discovered.
Ah,
Casts are, a bit more common because, everybody wants to have a T-Rex. So,
yeah.
oops.
Imagine the people putting this together were like, oh my, they're like, there's no way it was this big, and they just keep putting it together like, my lord. Do you live in Texas? I don't live in Texas. I want to go to Texas though. Yes, the Rex, exactly. The big show. It's the centerpiece of any display set. Yeah. There is always a semblance of awe when you think about it. It's rare in the sense that everyone wants one. Yeah, look at your dude just hauling a femur like it's nothing. He's like, I'll just pick this up with my hands.
This isn't femur, but that's okay.
It's still pretty fucking big. That's got to be at least
Oh, yes.
half a ton or more. Lifting it up over his head. Is your mouse acting up?
I think just the connection in general is acting weird for a second, but given that this isn't a timed game.
Yeah. I don't know what that's coming from. Pelvic bone. Okay, got it. He just priceless pelvic bone just got dropped on the ground. And the director was just like, I'm just going to have to let you go. But, I hear the Lynx Corporation is looking for some new cutters. If you guys want to sell your life to the Lynx Corporation. He can lift it because he's lifting with his back and not his legs, as you know. Oh my god, that'd be terrible. Don't lift with your back, ever. People ask me how I'm able to lift things despite my size, because I'm a fairly thin person, and I say, well, I learned how to lift properly. I let my legs do all the work. I had to work in furniture, and I learned this lesson for several months before I got it right.
Yeah, who's... Gillen Monster. Yeah, sauropods are fairly ridiculous. Oh, are you taking over, Mike?
Just until your network connection gets better.
Okay. No, that's fine. But yeah, I was at a natural history museum recently that had the right front legs from 3 different animals right next to each other. The elephant on the left was the small one. Meanwhile, I think it was an Ultrasaurus that was the other one, and that one was large enough that basically it was like standing on the first floor, and the on the second floor balcony, you could still walk underneath its shoulder blade. So yeah, sauropods are fairly ridiculous.
The back is the strongest muscle in your body. Also, make sure to hold your breath unless under stress your body makes all the oxygen it needs. So, no. The key to heavy lifting is use your back and go into sudden jerky twisting motions. No. All those videos telling you how to lift were correct. Oh, fuck. I keep dropping these on the ground, Nick. I don't think I was ever cut out. I'm actually putting these over here. Don't tell the director. I need a few of them to complete my skeleton that I have at home. He'll understand. Let's put this together. Look at that. Click. Just like Legos, but it's a dinosaur. That's a hell of a wishbone. Oh, nope, that's not where that goes. And that's broken.
Wishbone should be...
The skull doesn't weigh anything. I'll just use the force to put this skeleton together. He's starting to believe. Oh, not believing enough. Look at this. I can't put this together. There we go. I like this thing. Don't tell the director. I'm still new at this. No! There we go. Oh, yeah. Old-timey paleontologists only have a rib and a claw, but I'm fairly certain this lizard walked upright and was giant and probably breathed fire. Probably. You could tell they were fire breathing.
What is the name? I forget which dinosaur it is. There is, unfortunately, a dinosaur that is named from or described from a single vertebrae. The problem being is that vertebrae is so weird compared to everything else in the area. It's like, yeah, this is probably a different species. We just know nothing about it else.
Oh man, yeah, that thing is gigantinormous. Look at that.
Okay. I also noticed like some discussion of feathers. I encourage everybody to go watch Prehistoric Planet, narrated by David Attenborough. It's on Apple TV. It's absolutely beautiful, and also has scary feathered dinosaurs.
Honored to contribute to it. Yet another beautiful moment that has been etched in my memory forever.
This guy is so deep. He's just like, I love dinosaurs so fucking much.
I graduated from college at the age of 24. I was pretty amped up. My marks were great, so I didn't anticipate any problems finding a job, but that was about to change soon. For the first 6 months after graduation, my
it was
focus
2008.
was to find a job in the field of paleontology, or at least something that relates to it. I submitted my resume for every paleontologist job I could find, but the jobs were either already taken or I lacked the experience. After 6 months, I started looking for any job, but that also didn't come easily. I was trying hard, but to no avail. 1 year after graduation, things finally started to turn around, although it wasn't exactly how I had imagined it.
This is a coming of age story in a simulator. I like that. All right, Nick, you're in control.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Maybe.
My grandfather left his car workshop to me in his will. I wasn't particularly talented when it came to the automotive world, but I knew a thing or two, and at that time, the thought of becoming a car mechanic was at least something.
What?
He had a lot of weird and crazy ideas. There was one time Grandpa bought an old Russian truck that was clearly beyond fixing, but that didn't scare him. He always used to tell us he'd finally finish repairing it. Unfortunately, his body didn't catch up with his spirit, and he had to pass on his little project. I decided to clean up the workshop for him.
Oh. Okay. What? It became... Are we going to be car mechanics now? Was it just like, well, bones are boring. Now we're a car mechanic simulator. That's not cool. I want to play the bone game. Why are we fixing cars? I guess it paid... Yeah, it was 2008. I just got out of college. Oof. This guy's just flinging a fucking frame. This is Half-Life. Let's see, cars are a lot like dinosaurs. Yeah, that's what Mac Bojack says. Oh, dino stuff was just a tutorial. Now you actually have to live the life of a fossil hunter. This is the real shit. This is like look at the way you're at slow, how slow you're going at cleaning this garage. This is what it's like to do it for real. Except you can't throw. I can't throw frames like this. Ahoy hoy, tired old soul. Tired old soul. Is the guy Bob Johnson, aka Big McLarge, huge? Yeah, he apparently is. I mean, this is a pretty nice garage. I would love to have a garage like this. Pick up that can. Yeah, exactly. The bone game. No, bones are boring. No. Oh, it's the fuck life gets in the way. Yeah. He is rather swole. Yes, this is a very big guy. This also looks like the house from Who's Your Daddy? I know a Russian tune. I'll play it for you. This game does remind me of Firewatch. Every time I hear the Tetris theme, I think of the history of the Soviet Union video. Yeah, that's what's this that's the good video. Good song. Yeah, you have to be thinking of Tetris when you're doing this kind of work. Had a teacher who was a Russian heritage, could do the sitting Cossack dance. Oh, cool. Very entertaining for the 4th grader. Whoa. What did you find? Oh.
I found the lost fossil piece that I found during the school trip. Despite it being over 15 years ago, I felt the exact same mix of excitement and joy that I'd felt on that beach years ago. The desire to search for fossils has become immediately obvious. With full force, all my problems suddenly ceased to exist, and I quickly came up with a plan. I just had to put it into action. I started implementing my plan by acquiring a set of excavation tools. This was possible thanks to a garage sale.
Oh, this is like, dude, this is like a movie with like a arc and like it had flutes. Was that John Williams doing that score? What was that? What is this game? This game is awesome. It looks so simple, yet it's got so many layers. Dinosaur skeletons are waiting to be discovered. No wonder you wanted to keep playing it, Nick. This thing just keeps going. I love that's the paleontology world. It's just like, we got skeletons for days. Just come out here and find them.
You can draw, apparently.
Oh, nice.
And I think these are possibly pictures from other players or something.
Oh, that's cool. Well, okay, he just has a... he just has one of those of just, you know, just this old thing. That is a very, very... that is not an American truck. Not that I've seen. Uh-oh, he's back in the fossil game. Y'all, check it out. He's not... and he has enough money to get his truck repainted? Wow. I haven't played a physical Xbox 360 game since I moved and Metro Last Light came out, trying to get friends together to play EDF 4.1. Xbox 360 optical drive failed. I'm sorry to hear that. When did the Elder God show up in the game? Yeah, it plays the Tower Knight theme from Demon Souls, where it's like, ho, 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 ho. And it's just like you have to fight like all the skeletons you put together. Oh shit, he's got a Hilux. Took it apart twice. Ah. Well, I can't really... I'll be honest with you, with Xbox 360, that system even back then had problems. If there was any way for you to emulate that, I would go for that option, but that's just me. I really like emulating. It's a lot of fun. If you can get stuff to work. When we did that Resident Evil... Remember, Nick, we did that Resident Evil Outbreak? We had the 4 screens. Oof, yeah. That was 4 PlayStation 2 emulation screens. Because they got the PS2 emulator to work really well. It's one of the better ones out there.
The newspaper I found while cleaning the garage gave me an idea to call my university professor. During our conversation, it turned out that he was about to start a new phase of research in exactly the same place as before. However, a lot has changed since then. The quarry has been closed and the underground search for fossils will be conducted at a deeper level than before. Despite the limited budget he had at his disposal, we reached an agreement and I signed the contract.
Okay. Wow, this guy's gotten a lot of lucky breaks, huh? Now we're in... oh, no. Oh, God. I know this. This is Kingdom Come Deliverance. Nick, we're in the wrong game now. There are going to be guys with swords and armor are going to come... yes, run to your truck. Run them over with your truck. We'll free Bavaria with the truck, with the power of the Hilux. Yo, is he gonna go Wildcat? He's gonna make a rogue team. Hey, Henry's here to see us. Yeah. Curva. Yeah. There you go. All dinner's gonna pick itself. Yeah, good luck, Wraith. 3 games in one. I know. They just they packaged Kingdom Come Deliverance just as like a side DLC. Like, yeah. When are we gonna go to Cyberpunk to see some cyber dinos? I want to go to Night City. In Night City, you can be anything, even a cyber raptor. Hey, say hi to Tooch. He's running around hunting chili out here. Oh, is he? Tooch is Tooch is out here somewhere. I'm gonna take a look over at WBPL 76 real quick. See who's streaming over there. Because we're about getting ready to... This music's really amping. Oh, Farm Sim Fridays. Okay, that's right. Yeah, this music's just out there, man. Come, see China. The beautiful rivers of Mongolia. Or the oceans of the Middle East. Earth has so many locations that you can visit. They're all somewhat dangerous to get to, though. We probably shouldn't have put that in our ad. See? Oh, you thought the music was me? I could play some music on my keyboard, but I'm not able to layer it with drums and like... This is like... I'm Fossil Hunter and I'm in Deus Ex, like... As fun as for... yeah, this plot is just... Yeah. Watch out for the laser raptors, exactly. Ravosaurus, yeah, that's exactly right. This guy is swole doing all those squats while picking up flowers. Yes, exactly. Kingdom, Far Cry, Airbnb, Deliverance. Yeah, watch out for Anduin. Yeah, it's just...
Right.
Yeah, right over the mountain. Oh, yeah, I gotta get rid of those rocks, I guess. I would say go right, man.
Well, yeah, but go right. Okay.
Hey, yeah, let's go right. Yeah, it just comes over the mountain and just, like, plays the Skyrim theme. Oh, God, it is!
Being in the mine, without any problem, I noticed the excavation area in its lowest part. This is where I was to start my search. A few days earlier, strong wind had destroyed the excavation equipment, so my first job was to clean up the exploration area and set up a new fence.
Alright, let's crack this rock open. No scanning tool, no funding. We just break rocks out here, man. Big museum's got another thing coming if they don't think we can have dinosaur bones. This guy believes so much in his ability to be a dinosaur fossil hunter that he has had every lucky break in his life happen, all because he just believed that hard. This guy's like 2008, I just get out of college and there's no jobs, but you know what? I find hope in my garage. RuneScape 2077. Yeah, do you have an Inquisition hammer? Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not. It looks like an old miner's hammer. No fancy detectors now. Got to go back to licking rocks. He read the secret. Oh. I guess you could say life boned him as well. I don't have my laugh track on this. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mike, what is your purpose then, if not to provide the laugh track?
You're right.
And,
I don't have very many other
various,
purposes. This music is just wild. Like, I feel like I should be going on a quest. Like, this is way out of this game's, like, genre. This is amazing. And now the meaningful triumphant music swells, yeah. He is so strong he bends reality itself to his desire. Yeah, it's not me doing the falsetto singing. Yeah, you found it out. I need a geologist stat. We have rocks falling apart here. Yeah, exactly. Sounds like a Hans Zimmer movie. Like, are we gonna discover like Thor's hammer or something?
Not that I know.
Why is the music so like unnecessarily epic? What the fuck was that? Dinosaur hunting became so damn wow. Hammer and Micro and Dinosaur Hunter Extraordinaire. The fuck? Digging up dinosaurs. We're on a pilgrimage to find God. We shall see. Ow, you just broke your leg spawning into the world, apparently.
Oh, this is our big site. So yeah, and now the game kind of officially begins.
Smoke Jumper 42. Thank you for the courtesy. So now the game is actually where we need it to be. Okay, well, you know what? Let's pick it up again next Friday.
Okay.
Or we'll come back to it at some point if we decide to play another game by Friday. Because I have another dinosaur game we can also try. So, no, and it's not Trespasser. We're not going to look down at our chest for our health. It's a ingenious. It was a beautiful, and its execution was just not there. Sorry. Talking about Trespasser, but with this game, surprisingly, really bizarrely fun, with a very deep plot that I was not expecting. It's dinosaur bones, like the simulator, like imagine car mechanic simulator, but with like a plot. They're like, oh man, the garage is gonna get shut down by evil McDimmadome or whatever, and you have to go build 5 cars to race in the Shelby 500, or I don't know, something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I'm gonna raid WBPL 76, so my channel's just gonna switch over there, but I think my audio should still be coming through. Yeah. See, everyone's going to raid WBPL 76 over on Twitch. Although on YouTube, you guys will not have that ability, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and raid them. There we go. They're raiding the closet over there now. So, with that said, Nick, what did you think of this game?
I've been enjoying it far more than I expected to.
Well, I honestly wasn't expecting this game to be like just so deep with lots and lots of, I don't know, just plot twists. With that said, I'm gonna head off for now. I hope you guys had a nice, comfy evening. If you want, WBPL 76 is currently doing a farming thing. It's kind of a big deal over there. The Night Owl. The Night Owl, thank you for the courtesy. And with that said, sexy saxophone music, take us out. Oh yeah. Have a good night, everybody, and take care.